Alright guys, so I am back with another customization video, primarily of the visual variety, and this time it is on how to customize the AwesomeWM window manager. This is my second recording because the first time I accidentally quit the window manager because it changed key bindings, which was not fun. So yeah, I had to log back in and well, it stopped recording, obviously. Anyway, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, yes, I want to edit this. So, as you can see, I already added the example thing, and then you just need to set this right here, and do not reload yet, because first we need to do, unless you don't have CD, that is the wrong order. Config / sub, because there's really no reason not to do it. And then, so first we need to cd into themes. And as you can see, there's a folder for each theme. So I'm gonna make a directory called example. And I'm actually going to open this up in my file manager because I have no idea how the heck to do it, or to copy over a file in the terminal. Probably should, but it's gonna run sooner. Anyway, so yeah, trying to find where I'm supposed to go, or where I want to go. Oh wait a second, .config. Whoops, that's sort of embarrassing. Also ignore that file. .config, AwesomeWM, themes, and we're just gonna copy power arrow into example. Oh, dang it. Hang on. Let me copy Power Arrow Blue because I customized Power Arrow already. And I haven't reinstalled it yet. Anyway, so there we go. And now, if I do this, it should... Yes, now I'm in Power Arrow Blue, which really does not go with my red and black theme here. But, now, we're going to actually get into the customization bits. So, Vim. Yep. Okay, so, oh wait a second, hold on. So, cd example plus, and then Vim theme dot lua, and now we go through. And now we have to go through all of this and figure out what we want to change. So, I'm just going to briefly explain what all of the major things do. Theme.directory, only change this if like you have a weird theme directory or something. Theme.wallpaper, changes the wallpaper obviously, changes the font, changes the tag list font, this is the tag list up here. And then this is the foreground color, which changes stuff like the color up here. Foreground focus changes the color of some of stuff up here whenever you click on it. I'm not sure if it affects anything else. And then, whoops, foreground urgent. That means like if you open up something, or it's like basically if it's equivalent to the orange background behind a icon in Windows. Yeah, error is best explainer. Background normal, background of the stuff, background focus, same as foreground focus except it's background. Background urgent, same thing. Tag list focus, or tag list foreground focus. I'm concerned. Anyway, border width, border normal, border focus, border marked. So basically that's like the width of like the border around all of the things. Very descriptive. Yeah, and then title bar, window height, window width, menu menu icon, awesome icon, tag list, scores. Oh my god. Oh yeah, so this is this little square up here. If I as you can see, it's not selected over here, so it's just set as that thing. Layout tile. Okay, these are for the layout tiles over here. Layout max, layout full screen. Okay. Yeah, those all change that. Widget dot battery, or widget battery low, widget battery empty, widget. So these are all only for laptops, and it's for battery thing. So like if I unplug my laptop here, as you can see, it goes to 59% after a few seconds. Then widget memory, this thing, widget CPU. Wait a second, hang on. This is CPU, this is memory. Widget temperature. Not sure that that's actually used in here. Widget nets. Yep, there. Widget HDD. It's for the hard drive. Widget music would be useful if you're always listening to music. These are all related to music. Widget volume, this thing. Widget volume low, yeah. Mail, stuff for stuff like Thunderbird. Widget.task, not sure what that's for. Widget.scissors, also don't know what that is. Widget.weather. Not sure why I'd ever want to use this, because if you're doing customization of AwesomeWM, you probably don't care about the weather. Task list, that plain task name. Dang it, I forgot that this one doesn't have the task list. So basically it's a thing that up here is usually like listing all of the tasks. That plain task name, and then that's for that. Useless gap between here and here. I just love the name of that one. Title bar, close button, focus. Okay, we don't care about those. Local markup. Text clock. Right here. Calendar. Right here. And then mail icon. Don't think that. Yeah, that's not used. And that's for the volume. This is for the memory usage. This is for the CPU usage. This is for the temperature, which isn't displayed here, obviously. Weather also isn't displayed here. File system icon, I believe. Oh, hard disk usage, I'm guessing. Battery icon right here. I could actually probably use that in my main one. Or I should use it rather. Because right now I'm literally just relying on Starship's prompt to tell me when my battery's low. Once again, volume, network, this thing, separators. So these are like the arrows in between. And I will not get into depth on that because I have no idea how the heck it works. And then this is, I'm not sure what that is. Theme.atScreen connect. And then this is the main thing that actually changes colors. So if you want to change colors, then you're going to want to go down here. And like if I change this to, oh jeez, I should really be using VSC for this. 0, 0, which is black. And then if I reload, stay hydrated. Now it actually blends in with the background. That's probably not the best example, so I'm going to do it here too. 0. That is too many zeros. As you can see, right there. So essentially what the things are, or what the arrows are, is the first one is like what the main color of the arrow is, and then the second one is the color that the next arrow is like the tip of the next arrow is going to be. So you sort of get what I'm going at. So I'm just going to make this green, and I can't really use Vim for this because I don't have the recorded themes installed. So code theme.lua. And yes, I know that Visual Studio Code takes up a ton of RAM because it's based on Electron. This is why I use Vim most of the time. Anyway, thank you for loading. Do I have a .lua thing installed based on how laggy this is? Yep, I do. Okay. Okay. So manage. I don't know why it does this. Trust workspace, yes. And then now we're gonna go all the way down here, and then change these. So I'm going to go for like a green gradient, like from from black all the way to the left over here to like code green over here. So starting off at black, yeah, that's good. And then I'm just gonna open color picker. Yeah, I know that there are better extensions for this, but I'm too lazy to install them, frankly. So this is just going to be very dark green. And actually that's a not good color of green, but it's an example. It doesn't have to be pretty, just has to work. And I'm gonna want to insert this here as well. I'm going to pick a slightly higher tone of green here, and then also insert it here. And I'm gonna pick a higher tone of green here, and also insert it here, and then I'm gonna pick an even higher shade of green here. And oh my goodness, this is gonna get so, like, the green shades are gonna get so bright. And then higher shade, insert. Selected wrong, so now I have to do that. An even higher shade of green, insert. Well, using mice is fun, isn't it? And that is going to be the final color. Oh my goodness, that's gonna look terrible. But let's save it and then reload. I just tried to use Vim's way of saving instead of VSC's way of saving. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Ah, right. Awesome, restart. Oh yeah, right. I forgot about one tiny little thing. It's only of a little significance, but to actually change the color of the thing, you have to go all the way over here and replace this color. So this will be, I'll be back in a little bit. And don't forget to copy the second one, not the first one, otherwise it'll look really weird. Oh, great. Yep, this is tedious. At least it's not all that bad, though. Also, fun fact, somehow at school on like Friday, the screen on my computer managed to get cracked. Not in a way where it was from the backpack. I don't even know how it got cracked in the first place, to be honest. But it's like cracked vertically instead of horizontally, like what would be from the backpack. So I have no idea how the heck that happened, but let's see how hideous that looks. Actually, no, not all that bad. Doesn't look good, but it doesn't look... It's usable. That's the only compliment I'll give it. It's usable. Anyway, so I'm just gonna go all the way up here to foreground focus and change it to the very last one for some reason, because I'm lazy. That's the wrong thing. Title bar. Tag list, foreground, focus. Got it. I forgot to reload. There we go. Yay, now it looks even worse. Oh my goodness. Anyway, yeah, and we also have to change that right there. We have to go into the icons, find this one, open it up in GIMP, and then just... Alright, I forgot that GIMP does... Can I just copy paste? I want to copy paste. GIMP, please let me copy paste. Okay, thank you. There we go. Okay. And then what we do is we do this, make it look terrible. Control E. Yes, I want to replace it. Export, yeah, just go with the default settings. Reload. We now have a, visible confusion. Reload again. Did it, actually save? Square selection. I think that I had this issue last time. And, I don't remember how I solved it. Wait a second, is it the example thing that's selected? No, that's not what I want. Oh, that's delightful. Guess I'm using the secondary terminal. By the way, I have a terminal on my second screen as well as HTOP and C Matrix. Let me think. Wait. Alright. Vim // dot config / awesome / rc dot lua. Yeah, E. Oh yeah, by the way they changed those tag names is, you go into the, okay, I'm gonna have to figure out how to shift this over, aren't I? Well, that didn't work. And I successfully flipped htop in C-matrix somehow. Anyway. Okay, yep, it's selected. Yeah, Blackburn 4, error 5, example 6, and then the selected theme is 6. So, I have no idea what the heck the issue is. Theme path, yeah, yep. Oh, wait a second, hang on. I'm also gonna have to get a programming background or a scrolling code background or whatever. Because, of course I do. Images. Why don't I literally just take a screenshot of C-matrix? Is that friggin' Scratch? Oh, it's called .org, even worse. Gotta love the watermark. Matrix binary. Use. I think that this one, not that one. This one looks good. However, its resolution is terrible. And it's from Shutterstock. Excellent. Save images. Ignore that. I have to. This just infuriates me. They should just. I mean, if you're using Linux, you know, you're pretty much always going to want to see hidden files. Like, .config is one of my most used directories. Like, just why? Themes, example. That's not what I wanted to change. Background.webp. I just realized it probably can't be rendered by whatever the rendering backend is, but I'm gonna try anyway, because that's how I am. Visible confusion. There we go. Directory, wallpaper, yeah. Background dot web p. I just tried to do the. Well, let's hope that this works. It didn't. Because, of course, it didn't. Because I'm me. Okay, why is that black? Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna finish the video before I screw up anything else up. Also, by the way, I hate this theme. That's the wrong thing. I need to go back to my regular theme. So the end of the video is going to be me abandoning the theme that I just made. Okay. Oh, come on. Relax is the same. Ah, there we go. I don't know what the heck that jingle was that I just came up with, but I like my current thing better. For one thing, I can actually have multiple things open. Or I can actually, like... Wait a sec. Okay. Yeah, so for one thing, I can actually, like, have this thing. Task list. Anyway. Bye.